Hi everybody, Babbie here, and today I just wanted to bring a video about the Schumann resonance and what's happening out there with, the light codes and the solar flares, all the ascension symptoms that everybody are going through right now. As you can see, I am alone today because, well, I was purging, or I'm still purging some of those negative energies out. And, there's a lot of uh, symptoms that are coming up right now. They're basically just coming up to the surface. And my sister is still going through her purging, and her purging is severe. Mine was a little bit more into the emotional, but she is like, she can't talk right now. She's in really bad shape, but it's all for the good. We all know that this is going to be for the good. So as my sister and I always say in the beginning of our videos, if you do not resonate with our information, that's okay. You can go and listen to other people. We do encourage you to listen to other people. If you resonate with them, that's fantastic. It's okay. And we will always be here from time to time to bring this information to you. So, with that said, I just wanted to start with how did I know about the Schumann resonance? I learned about the Schumann resonance about 4 years ago. That was like, I think 2021 or maybe 2022. And I had no idea about what was going on in the planet or on the planet. And I started listening to people about the Schumann resonance and all the light codes and all the DNA, upgrades. And I started looking into the Schumann resonance to see why people were going through all of the symptoms, why they were, sick, but it's not a sickness. And why, this was a key point into our ascension. So I started reading and I started learning about the Schumann resonance, and I was fascinated with what's going on. Basically, the Schumann resonance is the heartbeat of Mother Earth, and every time that she has like a big heartbeat, we get light codes, and the Schumann resonance gets a spike. So we've been going through the spikes, slowly. Every month, every day, we have something going on. In the past, we have had many, spikes that were so high that the graph would just go black. It's like a blackout. And many people, you know, scientists, I guess, would say that because the Schumann resonance, there is no information due to the malfunction of the tools or the computers, but that's not the case. We all know that when the Schumann resonance go into a black, no information, no data, it's because the light codes are so intense. There is no machine, no computer on this planet that can read source energy. So all that source energy is coming to us, and then we, at that time, we start doing timeline jumps. In the past, like my sister and I talked about, we were doing timeline jumps from 3D to 4D. My sister and I have always been in the 4D. So we've been going through, 4D and 5D, and that's why everything that we learned, it was absolutely incredible. So what I wanted to share is something very interesting and peculiar that I have heard from other people, is that when they read the Schumann resonance, they believe that the light codes are coming down and then entering the crown chakra. I just wanted to, explain a little bit about what I learned years ago. And that's how I know that, everything is kind of a little distorted. Not because, it's in purpose, it's just that, some people don't know. But what I learned is that the Schumann resonance is basically upside down. So when you read the Schumann resonance, you gotta kind of turn it upside down, because the light codes that are coming down to Earth, which is in reality Earth spiking her heartbeats, and the light codes actually go up. So we receive those light codes from our root chakra, and then it goes all the way up to the crown. Why? Because when we receive all of those light codes, and all the red on the Schumann resonance are blockages, and then the green is the purge. So the light codes basically are pushing all those blockages out so that we can purge them. That's why it's the white and the red and then the green. And we have to compare that to the Kundalini awakening. Why? Well, because we create not from the head. The head is the ego. We create from our roots and sacral chakras. And the 3 chakras that were overtaken by the 3D density on this planet were the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the solar plexus chakra, which means is the grounding, the creation, and the intuition. We could not ground ourselves because we were always working, going, rushing, doing everything. So many people had no time to ground themselves. The sacral chakra is the creation, and that is the part where you start creating, you start doing things that you like, and obviously creation between a man and a woman. And then the solar plexus chakra was the intuition. That was our guide to go through all the changes, to go through our planet. So because our 3 chakras were in the density of the 3D, then the heart chakra, the throat chakra, the third eye, and the crown were completely blocked. So now Mother Earth is basically just pushing with her heartbeat all of those blockages that we have inside so that we can purge them. And everything starts from the root. Actually, we do have another chakra, which is the Earth chakra. It's underneath our feet. And that one is basically the connection to Mother Earth. So I would also add that the Earth chakra is the one also helping to get all those light codes all the way up to our crown chakra. So again, we have the Schumann resonance that we have to kind of invert, and then we have the 3D, and then we have the 4D in the middle, and then we have the 5D. So when we have a lot of people that are in the 3D and they don't want to wake up, they don't want to basically look for information, they don't want to become the best version of themselves, then Mother Earth is basically pushing all of that negativity, all of that blockages that we have had for eons. This comes from our family ancestry, you know, all the wars, everything that we have had on this planet. And we have absorbed all of those energies. So Mother Earth now is just pushing all of that. And all this week, since the Lion's Gate or before the Lion's Gate, we have had the Schumann resonance so incredibly wide. That's light codes from Mother Earth. Is, you know, all of the information that we need from our ancestry, everything that has happened here on this planet, all of the you know, ancestors, spirit guides, everybody, all of those light codes are coming into our system. Our DNA is upgrading from carbon to crystalline. And something very peculiar also that I want to say is that many people have had some sort of activation in their DNA with all of this that is coming in right now. So for example, my intuition is razor sharp. I mean, I've called many people right now throughout this week, even feeling bad. The first couple of days, my eyes became really, really swollen and blurred. I lost my voice a little bit. I couldn't talk. I couldn't do anything. So, I mean, I was in bed all this time. I think today is probably the first day that I was able to stand up. So, but I do know that my intuition has been razor sharp, and I have been having dreams where I can do my astral traveling and I can see people doing things at the moment that they're doing it, or I can see something that's gonna happen, whether it's within the hour, whether it is the next day. Is very interesting because I do remember many years ago having that gift. It's a gift. It's our birthright, and that was taken from us. So we couldn't, you know, do anything with our gifts. So many years ago, I actually had a dream of how my husband was going to die, and 3 days later he was dead. And it's absolutely devastating to think about that, but you know, that was what I could do, and I couldn't understand you know, what was happening back then. And then many years later, like now this week, I have had many dreams. I can see people of, you know, what they're doing at the moment, and I've been calling all the people that I have seen, and they're stunned to, you know of my dreams and what I have dreamed with them. And it's pretty interesting, you know, to share that information with them. Also, it's very interesting to let you know, guys, that we have had an activation in telekinesis. It is fascinating that I was trying to do telekinesis maybe 2 years ago, trying to see if, you know, I had it. My sister, she can do it, and then she's practicing better now. But the last 2-3 days, I noticed that I can move things, and it's incredible. And sometimes I get goosebumps because I don't know if either me or what is happening. So I'm trying to anchor myself into, you know, well, this is real, this is happening, and these are the powers that people are going to have, not just me, but everyone is going to have that kind of power. um Remote viewing, it's another one. Remote viewing in our visions, when we are doing meditation, when we are dreaming as well. um you have to associate all of this with your DNA. Your DNA is basically breaking open, and all of those gifts, it's like a little Pandora's box. All of those gifts that you have are basically dormant, and now they're coming online. So it's fascinating to you know learn that all of this is happening. And I don't know, my sister and I have um, dreamt about flying, and we have energy in our hands. So it's pretty cool. Now, another thing is, if you guys start feeling like pains everywhere in your body, that's another ascension symptom, because if you don't want to let go of the negativity, your old belief systems, your patterns, your behaviors, Mother Earth is just gonna say, no more. Enough is enough. Either you ascend with me, or you get out of the planet, because I cannot have you here with all of those negativity. You cannot carry that baggage to the 5D. And it's very interesting what is happening. So, and then on top of all of this, we do have the solar flares, the geostorms, and then all planets align. Some of them are coming align after 26,000 years. The other ones are aligning or in conjunction after 154 years, which is 154. It's a pretty interesting number. So there's many things happening right now. Weird dreams. You're gonna start having dreams that you have no idea why you're dreaming about that. They don't make any sense at all. But one particular dream that I was having last night was I was eating a piece of candy. I used to eat the candy that's called Zero or something like that. It was like a white with nougat inside. And I was eating, and I could feel the candy in my mouth here. Like I was sleeping, and I know that I was asleep, but not completely. But I could feel the taste in my mouth of that candy. And at some point, I kind of like, one little piece of the candy went on the wrong side of my throat, and I started coughing, and I could feel the candy inside my throat, and I was coughing last night. It was like, what is going on? And it was pretty interesting, but I didn't know how to understand or understand what was happening. Then I had a dream last night also with an alien, I guess. I don't know, one of these grays. But I wasn't scared of this one. I guess now it's coming out that not all of them are bad. I don't know. I just know that I was dreaming, and he was talking telepathically to me, and the only thing I heard was Elon Musk, but I don't know what else he was telling me. Anyways, so that was very interesting. And then I started feeling urges to, like, anxiety, going to the restroom like every 5 minutes. It was crazy. I could feel electricity all over my body. It was intense. And I could hear voices in my room. And it was like I was in the middle of a restaurant, or I don't know, but there was a lot of people talking, and I couldn't sleep. It was weird. And then I heard my mother um, also talking to me, but she's not here. She's in another country. So it was very interesting. So all of this is happening because, you know, all of these light codes and solar flares and geostorms are happening at the same time. So our bodies are, you know, waking up right now. Our DNA is waking up, and you guys are going to develop your powers, and this is a gift, and we have to appreciate the gift that we were given as in our birthright or as a birthright. And it was taken from us. It was kind of like put into a dormant state. And it is fascinating because I've always, always wanted to have anything to help humanity. And whatever it is that it is happening right now with me, I'll take it and I'll help humanity with my gifts. It's incredible. So, also we have many people coming together or breaking apart, and that's okay. I guess they're not ready to come to the 5D, and we have to leave them where they are. And it's sometimes very sad, because you want your family, you want your friends, you want your partners, you want everybody to come with you, but I guess they're not ready. So I kind of understand now, or understand the beauty of this awakening that we're having right now. And it is absolutely beautiful. It is fascinating. And I am very glad that I am here right now. This is where I say, what a time to be alive. And this is it. So it's always something new. Every day we have something new. So more ascension symptoms are dizziness, pain in your muscles, like if you ran a marathon or went to the gym and exercised for like 5 hours, and then you came out and all of your muscles are sore. Your throat, your head pressure, your knees are completely gone, inflamed. My knees are just not working with me today. My ankles as well. And then I have pain in a thigh that I didn't know where that pain came from, but apparently with everything that's happening right now, you're gonna have pains and you're gonna feel things that you didn't know you have. That is the purge. You are purging things from those different places. For example, if you have pain on your shoulders, what are you carrying? What weight are you carrying that you need to let go? That's what the light codes are all about. They're pushing all of that weight, all of that anxiety out of your system. Why your knees are hurting? Maybe you are carrying also more weight with the weight of your shoulders. It's always something related to all of the pains, because remember, this is a spiritual war. Everything that is happening to us is spiritual and energetic. Everything is energy. If you have stagnant energy, if you have stuck energy, if you have blocked energy, all of that cannot go to the 5D with you. So, we have to work on those energies. So, our emotions, energy in motion, our emotions are going to come up to the surface. If you have to cry, the worst that you can do right now is bottle your tears. It's not going to work because it's going to turn into a physical illness. You have to cry. If you're angry, punch a pillow, do something that you do not harm yourself, but that you let go of that energy. Because if you bottle that energy, it can, manifest into a physical illness. It could be a heart attack, it could be, blood pressure, it could be anything. Remember, everything that we are going through, we did not go through ever. It is our first time ever that a whole entire planet is ascending. And every other planet on this universe is actually looking at us to see how we are going to do this. So, I have many symptoms right now: ringing in the ears, pain in your jaw, the heart flutters. I have had that one this week a lot. Pain in your hands, your joints, your skin is sensitive, you are having cold flashes. It's super hot out there, your apartment is on fire, and you're still, cold, or your house. And then from cold you go to hot, and then cold, and then hot. And that is the recalibration of your body. Your body is recalibrating to the new energies that are coming in to Earth. So, and obviously, if I'm not mistaken, and please don't take me for this, but I do believe that we did have a second solar flash, and that's why all this light codes and all of this purging, it's coming up to the surface, and it's making us to move. So many of the things that you can do, or some of the things that you can do to ease your pains, is like, for example, some of us have a lot of thirst. It's like the thirst, you keep drinking water and coconut water and it doesn't go away, and it feels like you are dehydrated for years and years and years. So what you can do is just continue drinking your water. Put some lemon in the water, that makes the water alkaline, or drink your coconut water with lemon. That will help you a lot because that's natural electrolytes. Another thing that you can do is, do some stretching if you have a lot of pain. Stretching is good. Pains are not gonna be there forever unless you are not letting go of your negativity, your, past traumas. If you're not letting go of your, old patterns, old behaviors, and old belief systems. You have to let go of all of that so that you can start seeing the changes in your body. So, drink plenty of water or coconut water. Exercise a little bit, move the energy. Sometimes when you are angry, you can actually do some exercising. Running is fantastic when you are, anxious or angry. And some weightlifting, like I do, it's beautiful. Also swimming. I go to the beach every day. Well, I couldn't go obviously this week. I wasn't feeling my 100%, but you go to the beach or to a pool. If it's a salt water pool, better. And swim, exercise, refresh your body. Also, you know, stretches, yoga, you know, tai chi, anything that will help you with anything in your mind and in your, you know, your heart, your soul. And you know, take care of yourself. And one of the biggest things are to forgive. You have to forgive yourself for not knowing what you didn't know, and then forgive others. And that's it. It's the biggest one right now, because in the 5D, everything will be forgiveness and love. And that's the most beautiful thing for all of us to experience. We haven't experienced that in a while. So with that said, I hope that you guys liked this video. Also remember that my sister and I have our angelwarriors1113.com website, where we have plenty of beautiful little things for you to become an angel warrior. And you know, our little mugs and the crystals, and we are going to start putting our beautiful natural soaps. And you know, I hope that you guys like it, and you can go and check out our merchandise there, which is amazing. And thank you to the ones that have ordered already. We really appreciate that. We're very happy. And with that said, I hope that you guys have a beautiful night. I'm probably just gonna go and start gazing a little bit tonight. So abundance to all.